right, welcome on today's edition of Amma Live on Royal TV. My name is Vivian Nana Redu, and we all know Amma is in our local dialect, that is tree. But today it's going to be very, very interesting because of my guest. Today I have with me, she is a creator, chief executive producer, and then director, and also owner of the Kente cultural story documentary. And also she has worked as a freelance journalist for BBC London, BBC New York, and BBC UN, and also Al Jazeera. She is Nana Amma Konedu Yadom Prempeh, known as Nana Amma. That is who I have got here, and she's so beautiful. We're going to talk about what she has been doing ever since she came to Ghana. I was for Miss Amma Kwabam Famra, and Mamre Jibediesum, Yenisa Mamre de Yaba, you do come for Mamre home. Then Nebi Binti, Yakasan, Yabesi Sam Kakra, Edia Cobro, Fukaka, Chikaka, said a ne Yedika aye introduction. Na and that menina na Amma Konedu Yadom. Prempeh, I friend Nanama. I medical can say I or you be or your creator or sounds a chief executive producer or sounds a director, and then also owner of Kente cultural story documentary filmer a akoso anasa or de abba yet the origin of Asante and as the origin of Kente. Ghana ha yene ne becheche nkomo na ye bisa no 1 or 2 bi call London what to say so why no BBC na brabo mu nsem kakra oba challenges program na say adwuma no de bae no say ne ho nsem esitie challenges be ne bom na efi ho kono ne plans te say obi foforo be san de aba yen hwe animu da ben enti abusia jemre na ye ni nkomo ewo amambe dwumadi so say medical aka no midi Vivian na really jemre na ye di nkomo san say program will be very interesting. Nanama akwaba.
Thank you. Thank you. Pachai mehoyepa.
Bibiaboko.
Pachai bibiaboko.
Good. You're looking beautiful.
Thank you. So are you. You're looking gorgeous today. Yes.
Oh, you're looking so beautiful. But Kente ne yemfe pa.
Okay, yeah.
Kente ne fe.
Medase. Kente no dear shemi me mame ne de mame.
Na unim ni di.
Patron, your friend no Fatia Fatankroma.
Fatia Fatankroma.
Yes, it was my mom's. It was passed down from her mom. So this is like 100-year kente that I'm wearing.
Wow.
So yes,
nice.
A piece of history I'm wearing.
Good. Yeah. So beautiful.
Thank you.
Yeah. So Nana, besa mo kwa babium.
That's
and
it.
then you know I've already introduced you.
Yes.
But besa we introduce you
right
to my viewers.
Right.
Who is Nana Amma?
Right.
Or Nana Amma Konedu Yado Prempeh. Am I correct?
Yes.
That's the name.
Yeah, I know. You can call me Amma Prempeh for short. I know Medina what. I was named after Her Royal Highness Asante Hima. So we've got a beautiful name, but it's a bit of a mouthful. So you can call me Amma Prempeh for short.
Okay. Amma Prempeh.
Yes.
Kabibi kakrache enfao. Who are you?
Well, I'm a journalist by profession. My work edumanum for media industry for 19 years now. 19 years. Yes. My first degree was working as a computer programmer. So I worked as a programmer for like 3-4 years. Took time out to go travel. I came back, I stumbled upon a journalist job working for BBC in 2004, and the rest is history. I loved the job, they trained me well, and I've been in the media industry 19 years, and I've worked across BBC London, New York, BBC UN, production manager for Al Jazeera America, Fault Lines. And yeah, I've done all sorts, and I've done law school as well. So yeah.
So did you started here or?
Yes.
Started the journalism here?
No, I did not. I schooled abroad. So I went. I did my university in the States, Langston University, and then I transferred on to do Richmond, the American International University in London. So that's why I schooled. But my teenager, yes, me call Motown. I'm a Motowner. I went to Achimota school. I'm proud of that. So me a Motowner, yes.
Motowner.
Yes.
Those of us, we a Motowner, I think say they'll be proud of you.
Yes.
They will be proud of you.
Yes.
So you've been in this industry, that's journalism, for how long? Why year for?
19 years now. I went in 2004. and we are in 2023. So yeah, 19 years.
Okay, before we start, you mentioned say yeah the water Asante Hima.
Pachai.
A heap of Hana RtvGhana ofi he.
Me mama side ye free. Me mama free mention yatase.
Okay.
Me papa free Jache. So my dad is from Mensha Palace royal family.
Okay.
He's got that link.
Okay.
So he's related to King Prempeh the First, I'm told. So that line. And papa, and so my papa, my late father, my father's passed away, but so my late father, Mr. Kwesi Prempeh, ne papa, and so openi kwame aboa was swami hene. Okay. So that, you know, so they come from the Mensha Palace royal family, and through this documentary, I found out that they are related to His Royal Majesty Otumfuo II. That's their cousin. Wow. And Her Royal Highness Nana Adam III Asante Hima, that's the cousin. So I guess they are also my second cousin. And on my mom's side, my mom is free Menshaya Tasi royalty. So I guess I got a double dosage of royalty.
So in future, no, you can become, you know, can it be possible?
But you know, I'm just
person come do show, but since you don't know, I'll put it down. You know, I'll put it in my fridge, so later we talk about it. So, is this your first time after 19 years? Is this your first time in Ghana?
No, not me back Ghana and go, but this trip is I came to Ghana purposely for this Kente culture story documentary film. So. Prior to this trip, I hadn't been to Ghana in 7 years. Documentary, you know, brought me to Ghana. So I'm passionate about this story. A story I pitched to my network to do in London, and our branch in Ghana to do, and they couldn't do it due to lack of funding. Okay. And so I didn't want to give up on the story. I felt, you know, I'm very passionate on telling positive African stories. Yeah. And so I decided, say, you know, I'll employ people. How bad can this be? I'll try and do it. And then, you know, when you say, what's your butcher? Trying to do something in Ghana, I faced a lot of storms.
Before we come that, program okay. Why you came to Ghana? Okay. And then you strike about Kente some name when you be before to come and do this. Okay. Okay. Now okay. So the reason this story idea, I gave birth to this story idea, but my team to do the stories because Samokaya during Corona, boy George Floyd. Okay, yeah. And when George Floyd passed away, Nancy Pelosi and members of Congress went into Congress, and they all donned on Kente scarf, and they knelt in Congress. And I remember I was in Washington at the time, and there was a big backlash, you know, storyline, like, you know, Nancy Pelosi is not Ghanaian, George Floyd wasn't Ghanaian, why was she wearing Kente and all this stuff? And so that... why?
Well, I don't know their reasoning, but I believe, say, Nancy and the team working to try and bridge black and white unity, because George Floyd, you know, there was you know, lots of riots and all that. Yeah. So I think it was just a symbol. You know, let's all come together. That's my take. I don't know. But I remember saying, Nusi, and there was a lot of backlash. People, you know, I remember reading a lot on social media, like Kente no Munima de Krunti or Masha Kente and all this stuff. And I kept on reading about it, and I felt, okay, maybe we need to revisit that subject. Yeah. Because Kente has become so popular now. Like, you know, people are wearing it at graduation, weddings, etc. abroad. But do they really know where Kente comes from? Wow. And so I figured, okay, let's do a story where we go back and get the roots, the history behind Kente. But in addition, this documentary I've done is unique and it's one of a kind because I also wanted to interview high-profile personalities on the opinion on the subject of Kente. Because I wanted to kill two birds with one stone. I wanted Ghanaian youth and African youth growing up to know that, hey, you know, we have positive role models to look up to. You know, the cast, I've got an amazing line of cast. You've got former President John Ejekum Kufuor, Her Excellency Nana Kunedu Ajimai Rawlings, former First Lady. You've got Mr. Bediako, #1 Oxford Street Hotel. You've got Tanya Sam from Real Housewife of Atlanta. She's also presenter of Making of a Mogul. You know, Princess Fatia Nkrumah. You know, the list goes on. And so I wanted to say, wait a minute, a few ODGs in here, Sugar Lord. I wanted, you know, the Ghanaian youth to look up and say, oh, okay, where are you Ghanaian? And they are doing so good. That means that Miss me, you know, the Omo me achieve, you know, Miss me achieve. So we are talking about Kente, but at the same time, we are trying to inspire our youth. And that's why I put all these, you know, high-profile, positive role models in this Kente documentary.
And to Yensha say, you decided, and then you employ people here in Ghana. So Munye, of course, saying that to say, quite now fast, you know, on your Munya contacts or get in touch with them now on your Mushasi before you becoming.
So me wa London, no, again, as I said, na me ma Ghana in 7 years. And as you are aware, you're a media personality yourself. So we are in a network. You do your bit. You don't see all the moving parts of, you know, what you put together in the documentary. You know, I do my bit, somebody will do their bit, and then we come together. And so this is the first project that I have, you know, micromanaged from beginning to end, and I've done so many roles. And so me decided, and I thought, okay, how do I do this? I was a funny pa. Ghana. Intimate I'm Googling people because I'm Ghana in 7 years. Me Google, yes, where you're a film director. Or you say, no, my friend, na metiaka, na ye di misika.
Oh, you say I just pay.
Well, ye di me, and I say, I've learned my lesson, but I was very trusting. And so, you know, I employed people, I gave. Yes, tia kano upfront. And while when you see a chrome, when you see a can yadi and I faced a lot of those storms. And I realized that Enyadia project in the air because now me wohono because now me shisika and so and I decided say okay. I was me down and see this documentary through. And so when I came down,
so it's about say you got to a point since the word you have to calm down and then see things for yourself.
Oh yes, yes. I say so this documentary is a God ordained documentary because I have been through a lot of storms in getting to the finish line, and in all of this, my bembebu. And then, you know, just when I feel like giving up, and then, you know, God will show a light in the tunnel somewhere, and then you pick yourself up and like you say, yes, I can do this. And then you keep going. But yeah, it's been a roller coaster event, you know. And so you know, I found staff. I changed them up because we let's all down, and then you know you find another person. So again, it hasn't been smooth. It hasn't been smooth. But I'm glad. Let's stay positive. I'm glad we are the finish line, and we've, you know, I've managed to do this amazing Kente documentary film, and the goal for me simply is, you know, to make my country Ghana proud, you know. And I also want us to reclaim Kente with all its symbolism, culture, and history, and relaunch it back to the world with all its attribute. And I also want to change the negative perception of Africa. So if I manage to do that with this Kente documentary film, then hey, I'll start sleeping easy. So
okay, right. Dear Shasi and Fi Ubaye, you call Kaka, Ubaye, Uchinjim Kofo, and then I think say in the documentary, no, who say, you visited some people.
Yes.
Na onyo mudidi nkobo ukwa hana wakwa said usika kai no umiti ex-president Kofo.
Yes.
Then now you gathered all these people and he found one they did when and then
okay, so and I make us say eradin edimenim with this project in the sense former president Kofo obi endimenim. I had the idea. I had a family friend or hine, so I don't think he wants me to mention his name on TV,
problem.
but he's in this documentary as well. And when we interviewed him or we featured him, I mentioned to him, so I would love for the former president to be in, and he says, oh, okay, fine, he's a relative, so why don't you be bold and give him a call? And so he said give him a call. I got in touch with his team, his protocol officer, and I gave him a call from London. And he was so amazing. He's we've built a bond. He's like my dad passed away, but he's like a second dad now, and
really?
he was really, really lovely.
Just a call.
Yes, I called him up. I told him my vision, what I wanted to do, why I think that this documentary needs to be done. It hasn't. I said, it hasn't been done before. This is the first of its kind. This story needs to be told. And he said, yeah. When do you want to interview me? And that was pretty much it. Wow. And it's been sort of the same kind of storyline with almost all the cast. All of them, all these amazing casts that came together to do this amazing documentary. They've all been very lovely. All of them. It just took a phone call.
Just same as
same. Yes, same. Rollins. Yes. So, Her Excellency Nana Knedu, she is a different story because.
Was it a big challenge? Was it a difficult
No. Because I did meet her whilst I was in London. Meba Ghana. Into Meba Ghana no. Mensha invited me to Akwesi Day.
Okay.
And during the Akwesi Day, I sat behind her. And so during the event, so what's Akwesi Day? No more VIP, yesi tent and all that. So it's nanechi. And during the Akwesi Day, you didn't come on. And she's like, "Ufri he and that." And me bo me din or so, oh, what's your kunedu? Miss me your kunedu. And we just hit it. And we just hit it off. Wow. And the rest is history. And she asked me why I was in Ghana, and I've come to do this Kente culture story documentary filming. And she said, I don't know, may interview me because me shake and tell a lot.
She called for it.
Yeah, and I said, Her Excellency, maybe I have tried to reach out to your people.
Yeah.
I was told, say, when you're not available, but if I can come out, no problem. When do you need me? And that was pretty much it. She said, after that Akwesi Day, the following week, come see me in my office.
Wow.
So I went to see her on a Wednesday. We hit it off. We talked for a very long time. And then we booked an appointment to interview. And that's pretty much it. And now she's, like I said, she's second mom. She's been.
So now you have
yes,
ex-president.
Yes.
Kufo.
Yes.
You also have.
Yes.
No problem.
And so, I've got. My mom is not here today. She's at home. I'm probably will watch later. But so my mom, Mabel Prempeh, and now second mom, she's always calling and checking and making sure this documentary is good. So
Good. Yes, oba ya wo ye no. Yes, places be akoko ye. Oko hin because Kente de Ghana ha ye oba bi akinte pa wo. Utimi call ho koye, be fa documentary no.
Me pa try. So me buy and me call Bonre. Meko Bonre, I was led there by one of Otumfo's historians, Teacher Kantanka.
Okay.
Or say Bonsu Safo Kantanka, yes.
Okay.
And ti ono me buy me bedi come on with him and Bonre Hima. Nana Yako from Prempeh the second.
Okay.
Ti me do betu o menim say na me pese me ye. Enti me pese me interview ono. Ene na him for kakra mo Bonre. No mon ka omo history. Of how the weaving started. Na me wien so amanya the process of making the kente. And she introduced me to Teacher Kantanka. We went to Bonre, and then we did the filming there. And again, I stress that this Kente documentary is different because most Kente documentaries that you see online, people go and do tidbits of it. You know, biaba, your co-weaving center, near filming kakra, and that's the end of it. Whereby this documentary is different because I brought the process. You know, you just don't get to the weaving bit. You have to whip the thread, and all that process is shown. And then I've shown the weaving bit, and then you know. When it's they weave in strips and then they sew it together before it becomes one big cloth. So you see the whole process. In Bonre, the main filming was done in Bonre. I know so there's other places, Petoy and all that I was told say because as I explained, I'm funding this whole documentary myself, so I was stretched. I was stretched financially. And
you will come to that. You know how much you spend. Will be sponsored on there. Lunch in net is saying both Accra and Kumasi shortly.
The premiere, you mean?
Yes.
Yes. And the premiere, no. I mean Kumasi. You know, Kumasi. Obviously, you know, I live in Kumasi when I'm in Ghana, and then you know, Menchia Palace is in Kumasi, and so I did the premiere in Kumasi first because I wanted to kind of saying chi me kai me chi no na me pese me share Otumfo ene Asante Hima eni munyam enti mintimi Kente is in Kumasi enti mintimi tam premier ne nko Accra first enko ye no wo honum ansa na mde aba Kumasi enti me ye premier ne wo Kumasi first. We are in Golden Eagle Cinema, Kumasi City Mall. It was beautiful, it was amazing, and there's some pictures here in this booklet I can show you in a minute. And it was, you know, a lot of people turned up, a lot of members of the royal family, Menchia royal family, celebrities, members of government. So it was beautiful. Accra premiere, so the Kumasi premiere was done 26th of August. The Accra premiere, we did it on the 10th of September. And the Accra premiere was a bit small. It was for 50 guests. It wasn't as grand as Kumasi because, you know, na me pese me yes something small for cast no mo sutimi behwe de yetimi put it together. Enti no was a bit small and more intimate, and so it wasn't as grand as Kumasi, but I'm sure say you know there'll be other opportunities where we can showcase it again in the coming future. Yes.
We need sponsors will be sponsorship be say I mean for Cambra, this project and how much did you spend on this project so far?
Well, I didn't know. This documentary has no sponsors. I have no partners. I must say I've had people ask me this question. Were you supported by the government agencies and etc.? The answer is no. I must say, I mean, I have endorsement letters from the Diaspora Affairs Department. I have endorsement letter from Ghana Tourism Authority, and I have endorsement letter from Her Excellency Nana Akufo-Addo Rawlings, Mr. Nana Kwame Bediako, owner of number 1 Oxford Street Hotel, and those two have been really, really, you know, supportive. They billboards na ewa akra ni say Nana Kwambediako paid for one, Her Excellency Nana Kunedu paid for another.
Wow.
The Kumasi billboards, I paid for that myself, along with help from Amma Productions.
Okay.
But apart from that, this documentary has been fully funded by myself. Into my savings and it's gone zero. When I ran out of money, I knocked on mommy's door, and I had to squeeze mommy from mom a little bit. My brothers, and so yes, so family, friends, myself,
yeah.
And that's pretty much it. And that's how I've managed to do this documentary.
Yeah,
so yes, I have no sponsors, no partners. I did try to get sponsors, and I did try, to get the government agencies to fund this, but I was told, say, sikani any honum I bit me their time. But they were there, they verbally, as in verbal, I had verbal support. But sike yamfe sike bi ametachi. Yes.
Wow, dear.
Yes.
Savings,
Yes.
$100. I say
well, this documentary I've spent $100,000.
$100,000.
Yes, on this documentary. And I know, I say it, and a lot of people, before we get negative on this, yes, it's a lot of money.
Yeah.
And but the key is Ghana, this is for you. This is me doing something for my country.
Yeah.
And I hope in all of this, it will be something great for us. It will shine a positive light on Ghana, and it will make us proud. And so yes, a lot of money has been spent. I hope, my goal is to get a network to show it. And then that way all my efforts and my tolls will not be in vain.
Wow,
so
that's nice.
I pray say Erade Bebabe Shesikana nine somehow. But yeah, I know say now. So can my share a lot.
What me achieve? Sikana was spend the but the okas or the bia. What you mean be frima?
Yes.
Bia juma say your pen na.
Yes.
Good. Apart from no. Oh, before for be in mind, maybe the next 2 years or some say be. Do you have something like?
Well,
for now and later cry.
Well, like I said, me start a project na nims meshi sikase. And sikana machine I was me boa hona me kwa boche na me ko job kakra me ko yejuma na mtieti akano mtieti akana, then we see. But the story is in mind that I want to do next is beats. During Toma and I was during my journey in doing this Kente documentary, I stumbled upon the idea. We were filming, and one of the sellers was telling me about beads and what it stands for. And there's different, and also that I want to show the recycle aspect of it. Glass and all that, and then we recycle to make this. So it'll be an interesting project. So that's another idea I have in mind. So we'll wait and see.
And
hopefully, maybe my next project, I will get sponsors and I'll get government agencies to help out.
Yeah. Shall wear then t-shirts.
So for the premiere,
and then
yes. So for the premiere, me printed t-shirts. Yes, I printed t-shirts just for the premiere. So this is not t-shirts which is being sold. I just printed it mainly for the cast who are in this documentary, and I gave some to family and friends. Like I said, this documentary is heavily packed. You've got our current president Nana Akufo-Addo and myself, Nana Pejahene, Bon Rehema, former president John Ejekum Kufuor, Her Excellency Nana Kunedu, Nana Sawansa Denta, Tanya, I hope I'm remembering everybody. Princess Fatia, Nana Kwambediako, Jackie, Roberta, Baba. The name is endless. Fuse ODG. So I wanted them to have some memory. So this T-shirt was printed, limited edition.
You have this one too.
Yes, and yes, I printed. Yes, I printed carrier bags. To have the film and the cast. And so I brought you guys some.
Nice.
And obviously the Kente scarf you're wearing as well.
It's looking nice. It's really beautiful.
Yes, which has the the documentary name on there. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Auntie Naya didn't come on the ha.
Pacho.
Sir, I dear.
Thank you.
Today now catch Ghana for Omomo show program project Awabe. What are you telling? Then I'll catch up.
Well, Ghana for the make catch man say, you know, again I'm going to reiterate the American before said the main goal of this Kente culture story documentary film, the importance of Kente to Ghanaians and Black Africans, was to reclaim Kente with all its symbolism, culture, and history, and relaunch it back to the world with all its attributes. I also wanted to shine a positive light on Ghana, my country, and simply make us proud, redefining the negative perception of Africa and changing the narrative. And I hope I've managed to achieve that with this Kente documentary film. So stay tuned. It will be coming to your screens soon. I'm working on it, finding a network.
Wow.
And so, yeah.
My last question. Okay. Sorry, so. Dear Wabe, you know, say, Kwabuchi.
Pachai.
Then now they call Quatwaso, and now we before, you know.
Say, dear, say, in the documentary in your area. And so,
what dear?
Intimate, me Kwabucha. I was a kwabuche because abuche na mete and a honum na miejima. And he say my becha wa Ghana. And he say was a konam koyejima. But whilst I'm there, now that the documentary is finished, I'm going to do my best with God behind me and prayers to find a network that can showcase this beautiful culture of ours. And so that way, you know, the public can get to see it. Yes, I've premiered in Kumasi, I've premiered in Accra, but it was for invited guests. And so I want the whole of Ghana, the whole of the world to be able to see this documentary. That's what, you know, I'll be working behind the scenes on whilst I'm continuing with my life. And, you know, I will definitely come back and visit again and see how it goes. Me the boss wa boche ho. Na me nya network wo honoma. Na me depression na sa back. And see whether, you know, the Ghana TV stations, somebody will want to show it. Right. So, you know, this is not the end of the road. I'll be working very hard.
And
I'll only stop working when TV, so then my job is done.
Okay, thank you so much, Amma Prempeh.
Yes.
Nana Amma Kunedu Yadom Prempeh.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, thanks so much for coming in.